Thank you so much for having a chat with us. Very much appreciated, and congratulations on this film. I thoroughly enjoyed. Stuck into it last night, and just was gripped all throughout. I was like, maybe I'll do like an hour before I sleep. No, it was like 4 a.m. I was like, oh god.
Great.
But it's a testament to the performances, the writing, everything about this, and especially just from the beginning, how authentic your relationship is in it. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like it just happens. It feels authentic. How do you get that when you're on screen? How does that begin? The table reads? Is it, where does that begin?
I mean, it's part of the job, right? I mean, that's why we're hired, to come in and sort of like give them exactly what they need. But we were really fortunate on this one because we got time. We had an entire rehearsal time blocked out in the beginning of the film. I mean, it was a couple weeks long of us just sitting around a table and talking about the script, arguing about the script, putting scenes up on their feet, finding places that worked, finding things that didn't work, working those moments until they did. And all of that just built like really good sort of like camaraderie between Lily and I and Ben and Kristen and everybody else in that rehearsal space. So you didn't meet anyone on set for the first time. So all of that was already out of the way. You just showed up and you're like, okay, let's do what we did and let's get this going.
And that's probably why it looked like you guys were really enjoying yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, for the first bit anyway.
Yeah, France was, I mean, shooting in the south of France was like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, can we go back and make a sequel to just the south of France part of the film?
Yeah, you've had a nice little trip across Europe, Armie. You've been doing pretty well with your career. And congratulations on the accent as well. It's always a difficult thing to do. Lily, were you giving him tips all throughout? Were you throwing at him like, yeah, you would say this now, here and there? Or
was I? I probably was being annoying, was I?
Yeah, not tips so much as just hurling random insults my way. You're gonna say like that? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, you're lying. I thought his English accent was so perfect. I was very impressed.
In fact, I would keep the accent throughout the day.
Yeah, you did.
And at the end of the day, as soon as they said cut for the last time, I would drop it and go back to my normal accent. And I could just see the disgust on Lily's face when I switched back to an American accent. She was just like, that's what you sound like? Gross.
I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe.
Yeah.
No, that's true. No, I much prefer Armie as an Englishman.
Really? Why is he nicer, or what is he?
No one prefers.
It's just Englishman.
I guess as an Englishman, everybody sounds more polite somewhat.
They do.
Anyways, we talked about Kristen there. She is incredible in this. Oh my God, her performance is just, it's vulnerable, but also at the same time so menacing. That I'm sure lends to the enjoyment. There's a moment in this movie as well where it said, what moments in your life would you bottle if you could, which I loved, and it actually made me think myself. I was just like, what would I do for yourselves? What would you, in terms of career and where you've been, what you've done, are there any sort of films that stand out that you would go, yeah, that's one I'd really bottle and keep there with me?
Well, obviously, aside from Rebecca.
Yes, aside from Rebecca, which is fantastic, and everybody.
Good answer. Thank you. Good answer. Well, that's the thing about films, is that they are bottled. They're there.
Yes,
we
true.
Go back and watch them, and it's
cop out.
You smell a familiar smell, or you hear a song, it takes you back. It's even more for film because you've got the visual stimulus, you've got the oral stimulus, you've got it all, and you're just like, it's like you're right back there.
Yeah, I think so. But then actually, when you watch a film now, actually, once you, especially after time passes and you can sort of get over looking at yourself and going, oh God, I hate myself, I'm terrible. You tend to sort of remember, when you see glimpses of it again, you sort of remember the experience of making it. And that's a really lovely place to get to, because then you just remember, whatever that experience was, it's really kind of, that's a good memory to relive.
It's magic. And this movie is, finally, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, definitely. If you do, Armie.
No,
you guys can't agree on anything, can you?
No, I don't.
Come on, there's got to be ghosts in England. I mean,
first of all,
maybe not in America.
Okay, so there have been way more people who have been alive and died than there are currently people alive, right? So when people die, they become ghosts. Do you know how many ghosts there would be? You wouldn't be able to walk down the road without bumping into 1 million ghosts.
Yeah, but you just walk through them. And anyway, not everyone becomes a ghost.
Well, then how do you pick? Is it arbitrary?
Well, it's a very complicated thing that I'll explain to you later, but it's just not everyone.
I don't know. This sounds kind of like snake oil salesmanship.
I'm going to make it up on the spot, but there's certainly not everyone.
Oh my God. You know what? The first thing I said when I came in here was the authenticity of the relationship was what I loved, and that feels like it there too. Congratulations, guys.
It was like in the rehearsal room. I think the scene should go like this. No, it should definitely go like this. And
No,
then
it should go like this.
On page 137 on the book, on the third paragraph, the third line, as you can see, and she would open up this tattered version of the book that looked like it was like been through the war. She was like, as you can see, and it was underlined, and she'd written her own book in the margins. This is what it should say. I mean, this is basically how it went.
I know
down.
you're making me sound like a total swot. I was like that annoying person who's like, I've revised really hard for this, and please can I have another piece of paper in the exam because I need to write more. It was like I was awful.
Oh, you guys are wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you so much for having a chat with us.
Bye-bye.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Stephen.